All right, what is up? It is good to be back. It's your host, SP Goldcoin. It's been a while. It's good to be back. And man, I just love sitting at this desk, man. I can't wait to get this overview and our latest lawsuit results. So much is happening, and it is just crazy on what we're watching unravel in this lawsuit and our financial system in general. This is a impactful technology that is coming out, and it's an honor to be a part, honestly, because we're watching history take place right before our eyes. So, what we'll do is get right into our overview so that we can cover all of the topics that we have tonight. So, let's get right into it. Here we have our XRP chart, and we'll pull up our Twitter just so we can go back and start our overview from our last post through Bankroll Solutions on Twitter. You can follow us there, and you'll get all of our updates whenever we make any posts, any trades. You'll get all of our results there. So here we have a tweet back on April 11th. April 2nd for our XRP, April 11th for our normal USD JPY analysis. So here we had our supports at 48 and 52. We'll go ahead and mark those up. So we got 48. All right. So we'll go ahead and compare the charts now. So on April 2nd, we were in a critical zone for XRP USD. Today we remain closed above this 50 cent to 48 cent level as supports. It seems to be setting up for next week to retest this new support for structure and push up towards 70 to a dollar and beyond. Just in time for the lawsuit ending. We shall see. So, the lawsuit is playing a huge part in the way that the chart is unraveling, mainly because of the psychology behind trading. The way that the mass amount of traders are being affected through the information being passed through the media. Strategic release points of news will allow people to react on either fear or greed. And the last 2 years, because the lawsuit was filed in December of 2019, we have had a large, if not prolonged, stage of fear of people exiting the market because of the lawsuit, because of the unknown results of what it's going to do, and mostly the lack of belief in the technology and the faith behind why they had the tokens in general. So we've seen a prolonged process. Let's go ahead and add this to the stream, and we'll go ahead and window capture just so you can see. All right, so our Twitter. You can see we were sitting on top of 52 cents. So here we were in that zone of support, anticipating for the next push. Now, no matter how we look at this chart, no matter how we analyze it and what we think the probabilities are, our most previous candle, which this post was in April, so this small candle is our April candle, and this previous is our March candle. So in theory of our trading and the strategy behind Bankroll Solutions is we wait for the candles to close above or below our support and resistance levels before we react to it in any kind of way. based off of our risk management and discipline in our trading plan. So this was basically a pending trade. The current month of April still had room to retest if it wanted to back towards 48 cents, 43 cents, or even lower if it wanted to. We have these support levels in the structure off to the left showing us that we could potentially bounce back off of those support levels up to our upside, 70 cents to $1. Now, 70 cents to $1 isn't far-fetched from what we were in December at 70, 80 cents, sometimes 90 cents, and we've even gone up to $1. However, December 2019, we had the lawsuit, and we can see the manipulation behind the chart. So we can see that we retested back to all of our most important levels, all the way back to the left. So this is where trading comes in handy. We can look all the way back to the left and see the history behind the chart. Now, whenever this first came out in 2017, where it was public for people to start trading, there wasn't enough information for us to really go off of to build an analysis like we can now, especially with the news events that we've been through and experienced and have been able to study the chart in real time as it came out and as projects have innovated in the market. So here you can see we were all in that critical zone between 52 cents and 28 cents. Even lower than 28, but we won't worry about that because in May, June, July of 2022, we were tapping 28 cents, and that is whenever it started to create that support level. The structure of a support was created at 28 cents in July of 2022. So you can see the consolidation that came all the way to our right. We have July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So April, you can see we started pushing above 48 cents. However, the candle needs to close above 48 cents for that to be our for sure support level. Now, support is all the way back down to 35 cents. Now we'll jump back to the live chart and we'll see how April played out. All right, so our monthly chart, we're going to go back to April. So 4-1 compared to our analysis photo, look how the candle closed. It actually closed bearish. So if we were buying here in anticipation for it to just go straight up to 70 cents, we would have had to wait for the smaller time frames to give us an indication that we are closing above 52 cents. And you can see here off to the left, price did not close off to the above 52 cents at all. So this is our higher time frame in the weekly, and you can see that it just wicked, closed below 52. The next one below 52, 52. Closed. This one closed right at 52 again. So none of the candles that were any of the weeks in April closed above 52. So there was no indication that we had any solid support. Therefore, sit on your hands. This is not where we need to be entering because there is a higher chance of us going retest our lower support levels than going up to a higher number, which is our 70-cent target. Once we close above 52, 70 is our next resistance level that we have to retest. So going through the month of April, and then we'll open up May on this candle here. You can see that we're still in limbo below 48 cents. It's actually at 47.887 right now. So there is still a possibility of us going back towards the higher levels. However, we have to wait for price to close above our 52 cents. Now, with that being said, our consolidation level here has been building up our volume so that once price breaks out, we'll have enough volatility and enough orders placed here to push us up towards our 70-cent target, and more than likely it'll blow through that. More than likely, with the manipulation that's been going on in the market and the amount of time that XRP had to sit here and accumulate value, there's no reason why we shouldn't see over $1. There is no reason at all, especially with the activity that a lot of these other meme coins and coins with no actual utility in the world are gaining. All of those values are, it's unreal compared to the results that XRP is having and possibly forced to have because they are having their hands stepped on by the SEC. With that being said, the lawsuit is coming to an end. The judge is starting to realize the corruption behind the SEC and how much of a hypocrite Gary Gensler is, especially because he was one of the main teachers at the Michigan Institute of Technology talking about XRP and the future of financial transactions. And you can find the whole course in my Discord. You can find it in the description below. We won't get on that. However, the judge is seeing the hypocrisy in the SEC and realizing, which I'm assuming at this point, but hopefully she is realizing that the SEC has nothing under their belt on what the lawsuit was actually placed for. Because Ripple themselves, Brad Garlinghouse and Joel Katz, David Schwartz, mentioned that they were meeting with the SEC multiple times before the lawsuit was even placed. And the SEC has never before spoken about XRP or Ripple, depending if they were confused about one or the other or not, that it was going to be considered a security. So that is the whole reason behind the lawsuit, is that they are claiming that XRP is a security. And Ripple is a complete separate entity of XRP. Ripple is the company, XRP is the currency and liquidity for the solution behind the liquidity crisis that our economy is facing. So all of this is coming right up to the point where the chart is having to make a decision. Will the order start forming to where we're closing above these support levels? And is it that the XRP lawsuit will be one of the only regulatory lawsuits that is active at the moment, and XRP is going to be one of the first ones out of the gate? The chart is saying that the outcome is coming soon, no matter how we look at it, because of how much consolidation we are, and we're already showing bullish sentiment within that consolidation, that we have more buyers than sellers. And you can see just in this candle here on March 1st, yeah, so this is our March candle, you can see that we had the most volume, and the buyers were able to close the candle outside of 52 cents, above 52 cents. So that's a sure sign that we have bullish activity within that range. So, this is a critical month. And if you know anything about the financial markets and how their calendars work, August is a start of a new fiscal year. So, we see higher activities in the chart through that time versus the end and beginning of the year. The quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. August is smack dab in the middle, and that is where the highest outcome of results and value come from. That is where we see large changes in the chart and gives those catalysts for higher price movements. So the way that the chart is looking and how the support structure is being formed, especially over the last couple months, it shows a very, very good sign that we could see these higher levels. If the lawsuit ends next month, could that be the catalyst for these candles or next month's candle to close above 47 to 52 cents and have that confirmation on the structure that we are pushing higher? This could be the last time we ever see 47 cents again. If Judge Torres can finish pushing her ideas behind the SEC's hypocrisy and can finally give Ripple a chance in the upper hand, basically. Let's stop listening to the SEC because we can see their corruption. We can see that they're trying to hide stuff from us. What is going to be the final straw for her to say, okay, that's enough? They've already prolonged it for 2 years. And COVID, that did play a huge part in it because it prolonged the court cases. And with them being on Zoom, it only lasted hours. So therefore, they were able to buy themselves time by just prolonging all of these things that the judge was asking for. Mind you, the most recent information that the judge asked the SEC for was the Hinman emails. Those are all emails that, in our eyes, is showing the calendars behind all of these meetings that these guys are having. Behind closed doors, not in front of anyone, however, is still meeting with all of these other institutions and in cahoots with all of these creators of all these other projects. There's more that I can say. However, I don't want this overview to turn into your basic cookie cutter, here's my XRP lawsuit update. But if we can look at the corruption and put pressure on the SEC, then we can see what's going on. The SEC has ran out of cards and can no longer support their narrative behind the security. And their only backup they had was the Howey test. Well, XRP does not correlate with any of those tests that they run because XRP is not a security. XRP is not a security to the rest of the world. And the only people who want to claim it as security is the corrupt SEC who wants their hands in the pot. Look at Tesla. They did the same thing with Elon Musk. Hey, you can't do this unless you pay us, I don't remember the exact number, $19 million, and then you can go on your way, which is what he did. And now look at Tesla. So with the past and us being able to see and experience all the news events and charting and results and innovation that has come out of the market, we can put the puzzle pieces together and use our logical minds to say that something's up. They are hiding something. And to push the corruption even more, which is nefarious and treason against what they are promising to protect, which is the investors, Hinman chose to not mention XRP in the speech. So was there a backdoor meeting that says, hey, let's not mention this? Or did he choose not to mention it so that no ideas were brought up to compare it to Ethereum and Bitcoin that he did mention? Because if you look at one, you got to look at all of them. So did he not look at one because he has his hands in the others? Ethereum and Bitcoin wasn't taken off the market. And look at their value. Look at what they were used for. Bitcoin was in the Silk Road. So that was all used for illegal purposes. Much less XRP, that is here to be the Superman of the cryptos and get us out of debt. The 13 trillion that we're in and going higher. Let's just raise inflation. Interest rates. That's going to be even more. So what would be the reason for them to prolong this process regardless of needing regulation? Because they're not even the ones that are here to push regulation. They're not here to make laws, push laws, or anything. They're here to protect the investors. And all they did to me and all of my people in the XRP community is hurt us. Because look at everybody else's coins that are succeeding and making these crazy percentage points. And we're the ones on the back burner that's got a lawsuit claiming that it's a security whenever, even if it is, why isn't everybody else being prosecuted? Why are we the only ones? Why are we getting stepped on? Because they know. They know that this is the only technology that they have out that could do what we need, that could solve the problem. And they don't want to solve the problem because if the problem was solved, they wouldn't be here. So just let me know where the line is and I'll come stand to help. So XRP, we need to close above 52 cents. The lawsuit is going to prolong this chart, I would say, for another 2 months. Just with my experience on how the chart plays out and the chart cycles throughout the year, I'm expecting a price movement July, August, sometime in between then. Now, we also have to bring up something else other than the lawsuit. We are going through a lot more than just the lawsuit. We have a financial crisis on the verge of happening. We have talks of World War III. We have Russia and Ukraine going to war. We have China and Russia trying to separate from the United States dollar. We have China and Russia becoming allies and actually doing commerce with each other, which wasn't a thing before, but there's a thing called BRICS. Let me see if I can get them all. Britain, Russia, India, China, and Singapore. If I remember correctly, those are the BRICS nations. Those are the people trying to separate from the United States dollar because of the corruption behind our government that we have that use the dollar as a weapon towards all of the other economies to put them in the position that they're in. That is how the United States dollar got its position in the market of being the main currency, the mother currency. And that is why we trade USD JPY. Because USD was the leading currency behind Japanese yen. That might not be the thing anymore. So adding on top of that, instead of just all of our ideas behind the lawsuit, I'm going to step in as a trader in the experience and knowledge that I have behind the charts. I can show you why XRP has a higher chance to be the leader to actually show its true colors and push higher than all of the other tokens that we currently have. And I'll go ahead and pull that up right now. Our basics of trading, of any market, whatever you're trading, you have to have it going against some other thing. We're exchanging money for money. So USD, Japanese yen, we'll just use that as an example. United States dollar is the primary pair. That means it has a higher strength in the market than the secondary pair. Japanese yen is the secondary pair because it has a lower value than the primary pair. Japanese yen is worth less than the United States dollar. However, it's labeled like that for that very reason. So let me bring this up. Let's go ahead and pull the Google back up, and I'll show you. Go right up here to the good old trading view. Alright, and we'll just do a simple search, XRP. So this is just the search of the letters XRP, and look at all of what comes up. So if there was no intentional value about to come from this new release of this technology, why would it be paired in a primary position to every single option of trading? Think about that. Why would they make this simple mistake for them to have to go and change it later? This is not just some, oh, whoopsie, I accidentally did this. This is the official listing of every single symbol that has the letters XRP in it. On any exchange, on any availability to any other currency that you are able to put XRP in and get some type of value out. We have Tether. We have United States dollar. We have Tetherless perpetual contracts. Perpetual contracts for USDT, USD dollar, Bitcoin, Tether, Binance, Euro, Tether again, coin shares, JPY, USDT, UST, USD longs, USTFO, shorts, OKB, the South Korean won, Ethereum, Tron. The main one is Bitcoin. That's what I definitely want you guys to notice. Liquid index. We have futures contracts. All of the crypto indices. So all of your United States dollar index, Bitcoin index, bonds, nothing in those. So we even have crude oil. Now, crude oil is the main commodity of the earth, so that isn't going to be secondary to XRP because it's a physical product. However, there is a chart to analyze crude oil and XRP. So that shows you that they're going to use it as some type of worldwide system of finance, because that is what oil is. It's the petrodollar. That is how they were able to send large values of money overseas and do commerce, is through oil. They put a price on oil and now they transport oil, and that was their trade. However, it still brought the inefficiencies and lack of speed. It's too slow to get, and it's not cost effective, because it takes so much money to transport it across the sea to represent the commerce and transactions. And by the time it got there, it was already ready to come back, because millions and trillions of dollars were already passed back and forth through the commerce, that the amount of oil that they sent is no longer what they need. So it's just this huge perpetual cycle of not having the money fast enough. So XRP steps in and creates the bridge for the currencies for us to transact at the speed of, I'm not going to say light, 3 seconds, less than 3 seconds. Any transaction I have ever sent has only taken about 3 seconds. Maybe not even the time that you can exit out of the app and reload it, it's already gone through. I've never had any slow XRP transaction. I've never had, oh wait, you had a problem, this and that. No, there is a 0% failure rate, and this is faster than any other crypto that they have. XRP is the first in the gate of these regulations. It's in the spotlight. It's also in the spotlight to get the retail traders out. It is not meant for you and I. The reason that they are getting their hands so deep into this is so that they can maintain the value that they have in their markets. The corruptness that they've been running this whole time is because they have their pockets stuffed with all of the money. All of the organizations, all of these charities that these people are donating to, say that they're donating to, they own them. The money is never leaving their pockets. And we can go and see it. We are watching it. They're doing it. So just like I said, let me know where we're standing up at, because nobody else wants to say it. And I'm sorry if you can't see it. It's clear as day. So, with us on the verge of a currency collapse and a monetary system switch, we can see that the chart is adding up to that. So from our previous peak back to its low, we'll take this range of candles. We'll go here. Wow, would you look at that? It just so happens to be around the same time, maybe around July and August, that we will have another spike. And what do you know? Bitcoin just so happens to be going down in the midst of all of this stuff coming out. It's time for Bitcoin. Because, I mean, that is a dinosaur. Bitcoin can already be compared to AOL in the standard of technology and the speed of what is out there. No one uses AOL anymore because it's slow. The leading companies have taken over. Microsoft, your main one, IBM, which is also Microsoft. They've taken the spot because they are the leaders. They had the mother technology that was able to outperform. And they all know that XRP has the ability to outperform all of the current cryptos and ones that they have their hands in, who have been meeting behind all these doors that we don't know about and setting themselves up. That is why they're calling it the greatest wealth transfer in history, because the corrupt people who have been stuffing their pockets and sitting at these tables with each other are finally about to get their face slapped, because it will allow us to make decisions without them. That is why they do not want us to have it. We will be our own banks. And they don't like that, because they cannot take... I'm not even going to say that. If it got to the point of them wanting to take the money, they will. However, the point is, I'm trying to make that they are getting their hands tied up in every aspect that they possibly can to prolong this and keep as much money as they possibly can. Because let's just say all of us had the amount that they had, it would outweigh them. It would outweigh them. And they can't let that happen, because they would lose all their credibility that they ever had for the last 101.5 years to this one lawsuit that is bringing all of this to light. So, with XRP and Bitcoin being, or XRP being the primary versus the Bitcoin secondary, once Bitcoin starts going down, the inverse of that would be XRP going up. That is what happens. Whenever the higher valued currency starts going up, the opposite chart is going down. So, XRP Bitcoin would have no choice but to go up, while Bitcoin USD is going down, because that is direct correlation to our country's currency, to Bitcoin, and the bridge between Bitcoin and XRP. XRP gains the most amount of value because once the lawsuit ends, it's the only one. What's going to happen when July, August comes around? Bill Hinman, or whoever their puppet is for the day, comes up and says, you know what? XRP, Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum or Bitcoin, is a security. What's going to happen then? Is everybody going to freak out like they did XRP? Because a lot more people know and own Bitcoin than they do XRP. So, are they going to take that off the market? Are they going to do all of these things to make people scared and want to sell it? What are they going to do? Well, XRP would be the only one with regulatory clarity at that point, so it would have no choice but to influx into XRP, and that value start to grow, while Bitcoin and Ethereum start getting punished for being a security. Because we can see right now that we don't need any further investigation by the FBI or whoever the hell is trying to investigate this, because they're obviously not good at it, to see what we can see. And they're not doing anything about it, much less slap them on the hand. So, the influx of that happening, along with a currency crisis and them transferring the monetary systems into these new technologies. And we have much more to talk about with ISO 20022 and ISO 27001. Those are all regulatory compliant standards that are already published that people aren't talking about. They're just worried about the lawsuit. They don't know about all of the companies that are already paired with our ISO 27001. Most people don't even know about that, and I don't even want to talk about that right now because I'm trying to cover an interview here. We have so much more that is going on other than this lawsuit. It's not like this is just coming out of the blue, even in 2017. This stuff has been back since 2011. This was all available back then. This is not just coming up. This is all things that have taken place over all of these years that is just now coming up. And now that the success is there and all the partnerships are there and ready to go, lawsuit, we think this is a security now. After all the times that we've met with you and have never said it, we're going to decide, yeah, we think it's a security. Whenever even England, man, her name's, it's drawing a blank right now. Oh, man, I can't believe I'm forgetting this lady's name. Wow, I cannot believe I'm forgetting this lady's name. Anyway, in England, they already claim this to be a currency. All over the world, they're claiming this to be a currency. And we just so happen to be the only ones that want to change the narrative, the idea behind what is actually being available. Something's up. Something's up with that. And I don't like it because of all the things we could invest in, we're in the right thing. We can all see we're in the right thing. However, we're the ones being punished for it. Whenever somebody goes put a couple $100 on a picture of a dog and the value increases. I think those are only tactics to get people to look the other way. Let's not look at what's actually serious here. Go make an investment on a dog coin, where you can go on the website, which I'll pull up right now and see. This was created as a joke. Dogecoin. This is why they say do your own research. If it's even still there. Dogecoin was first meant to be a joke. It was first meant to be a joke. Right there, in black and white. It was meant to be a joke. So therefore, later on, yeah, we can have some utility behind the transfer, behind the token. However, when it comes down to institutions and people with the big money, with the millions of dollars per day, like JP Morgan and Bank of America, your big banks and institutions, why would they want to buy a token with a picture of a dog on it? They wouldn't. You would not see people in black suits talking at a table of all of the highest members in the world about a token that is represented by a dog. You won't. It's not going to happen. Ethereum even won't. Because this man walks around wearing unicorn t-shirts. Why would serious bankers who make millions of dollars a day partner with a man who wears unicorn t-shirts? I'm going to just say it. They won't. So you can go and even watch these meetings and hear who these people are interacting with. Main one, Brad Garlinghouse, his lingo way back in 2017, 18, 19, whenever he's talking at all these interviews. He wasn't even on the news at that time. They didn't even talk about Ripple or XRP at that time. And even when they did, they labeled it wrong. So everyone had the impression that they were really investing in something else. However, it wasn't labeled like that. They had XRP, which is the thing that they wanted to buy, listed as the name Ripple. Ripple is not XRP. Ripple is the company. XRP is the native token. So even whenever it was available and being talked about, Brad had his own lingo behind the company that he represents. So then you go look at all these G20 meeting photos and all the people attending and things that they're saying. People don't just pick up a lingo from out of nowhere. You hear and start talking the same type of lingo when you're around the same amount of people or same type of people, the same people, consecutive times. Talking about the same consecutive topics and having that same lingo and vocabulary to explain what it is that it does. On-demand liquidity, financial solutions, flip of the switch. All of these little detailed lingo words that all of these G20 people and high ups are all saying. That goes to show you that they're all meeting with each other. They're all talking to each other. And that only shows you with all of Ripple's partners, why wouldn't this work? We'll go ahead and pull up Ripple's partnership list. A little brief diagram. So, all of your global payouts: Indonesia, India, Brazil, Thailand, Turkey, Vietnam, United Kingdom, Europe, United States. All of these people, Australia, are involved with Ripple's service. Pakistan, Mexico, Sri Lanka. How many others do you need? Like, those are the highest commerce countries. And Ripple is bringing that solution to them for cross-border payments, crypto liquidity, central bank digital currencies. Central bank digital currencies. That's not just some small word. That is literally the head of all of our money. The Federal Reserve, central banks. Partnering with Ripple to help create our national digital currency is a part of our commitment to lead in financial innovation and technologies, which will provide the citizens of Palau with greater financial access. And this is Surangle Whips Jr., President of Palau. Interoperability and overlay services, sustainability, access and inclusion, stability and security, and resilience. And that is the secret. The CBDC platform supports the secure destruction of currency, giving the bank full control over supply. It's deflationary. There's a faster burn rate than a creation rate. Therefore, the value of XRP would have to be more in order to maintain the supply for the demand of commerce. If Amazon or Microsoft or Apple needs $1 million worth of product to build the iPhones from China, they're not going to send 1 million XRP to represent $1 million. They might as well send 1 XRP that represents $1 million, because that would be using less of the supply that they need in case of the high demand stages that would lock up the liquidity. So the faster we can make the payment, the less liquidity lockup that we have. So Ripple, on their front page of the website, is exploring privacy in central bank digital currencies. Once this lawsuit is up, we will be introduced to a new monetary system. It might not even be announced. It might just be an update on our already digital accounts on our phone, and we will just have access to transfer things faster. Hey, there's no more 5 to 7 day wait on your transaction. It'll be instant. How are we doing that? Oh, well, through our back door, we have a little technology called XRP, and it's the bridge currency to all of our other financial currencies, and we can transfer it and have a secure ledger all at the snap of a finger, all in less than 3 seconds. No middleman. That is why a central bank, digital currency, and Federal Reserve will take over, in hopes that they back this back up towards gold, which was, the gold standard was destroyed in 1977 by Richard Nixon. They were able to start inflating and printing money at whenever they wanted. And now we are seeing the repercussions of that, even after 2008 and 2018. The solution is not to continue printing money. We need a stable form of value to be represented so that we can use the currency properly and it represent the value that it's needed, so that inflation does not happen. They can't change the numbers just whenever they want to, so that they can manipulate the money so that it still ends up in their hands. The ledger will not allow that to happen because it's all open source. It's all available to look at. And that's what separates XRP from all of the other currencies. Notice how I said currencies and not security, because even the references behind this would not label it a security. It's a currency. It is used as a form of payment and or transaction from one currency to another. So it didn't really show all of the partners that I would have liked it to. However, there is topic and point on point that I can bring up that we would be sitting here forever. USBS, UBS, Santander, DBS Bank, Standard Chartered. It's just recently partnered up with Decerion, which is an investment company for the United States. Why would they be doing that? Maybe because they're going to use this as the new financial system. Just maybe. go ahead and pull this up. Oh, we'll save that for another day. We're going right at 56 minutes. Wow, this went way longer than I expected. However, we can continue spitting information point on point to put this puzzle piece together. So, I'm hoping with this overview, I was able to at least prove myself enough to show you guys that I am here not to make money, but to help everyone and be a mentor that I did not have. To teach everyone the things that I know, to think logically for yourself and put things together so that you can make the best decision for your investment portfolio. And have the bankroll solution to build your bankroll. And that's what we're here for. So, I hope you guys had a great time with us. If you want to know more, you can visit our links in the description below. And I will be seeing you on the next one. Have a good night.